Cut. This is great. Stop recording. Everyone says that Tennessee and Florida are basically the same because there's no state income tax. Well, I'm here to tell you that they're not. I'm going to give you 5 key differences. I'm going to throw in a couple bonuses, and at the end, stay till the end because I'm going to give you my personal opinion.
So you're thinking about making the move to Tennessee or Florida? Well, you've come to the right place. Hello, I'm Bradley Chabert, and for more than 22 years, I've been helping people just like you find the perfect place to call home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking to build your dream home, searching for land, or you're 55 plus looking for that perfect forever community, you'll find it right here on this channel. I'll take you on community tours, showcase incredible homes, barn-dominiums, land, new construction, and all the hidden gems throughout Tennessee and Florida. Make sure that you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get started.
Okay, the first thing I want to go over is cost of living. I know a lot of people are interested in this fact, so let's go over Tennessee first. Generally, lower housing costs outside of Nashville. If you're anywhere near Nashville, it's not affordable, guys. I always compare Nashville and Tampa, by the way, but right now Tampa's having a huge crash. You can get a great deal in a house there right now. Let's get back on track. So generally, lower housing costs outside of Nashville. Property taxes are among the lowest in the country. I mean, they're pretty good. I have a pretty decent house here. It's only a couple $1,000s a year, okay? Homeowners insurance is usually much less expensive than Florida. Big, I mean, half as much. So if you're retiring or you're on a limited budget, this might be a big concern for you. Utilities, overall, you got it, Tennessee. Utilities are a little bit more affordable here. So overall, in chapter 1, you got it, Tennessee. Utilities are a little bit more affordable here. All right, now let's go over a little bit about Florida. The housing situation. Man, the housing varies so much. Even in the hot locations, you could be living in a trailer park that's right near the beach. I mean, that just blows my mind. I love that, which is cool. But property taxes can be reasonable, but they have been going up over the last few years drastically. I think DeSantis is trying to work on something right now. I don't want to say it's a done deal, but everybody is raising their hands saying, we don't want to pay property taxes anymore. But what I think is going to happen is Florida's probably going to do away with it, and then Tennessee's going to follow. So, but is that going to happen next year? No. Okay. So, homeowners insurance. Gosh darn, Florida is crazy. I owned a house in Sarasota, Florida. It was a duplex. And when I bought it, my insurance was about $167 a month, which I thought that was very affordable. Big storm came in, messed up my roof. Next thing you know, I couldn't even get insurance. And when I finally did, it was, I don't even want to go over the number. It was ridiculous. It was 4 times more. Okay. That's crazy. So thank goodness I got that thing sold because it was not making profit whatsoever. It was drowning me every month. All right, you've got to worry a lot about the HOA and the CDD fees. Okay, Florida is packed with additional costs that you don't see coming. Right now, there's a condo craze in Florida. I'm just speaking from the hip right now because I know so much about Florida. I love it there, I do. But if it's a skyrise, get ready. And it's 20 years old, 25 years old, older than 25 years actually is the number. It's going to be inspected, and there's probably going to be millions of dollars that's going to have to get paid by the people living there. So beware of condos right now. Just reach out to me. By the way, let me put that on the screen right now. You can either do the QR code to reach out to me. Let's do a consultation. I'll ask you multiple questions, what's important to you, and regardless of where you want me to show you homes, I'll meet you at the airport. That's kind of how my business model works. Okay, let's talk about weather. This is the big topic, right? This is what you've been waiting for. So Tennessee, you got 4 seasons. I mean, like if my mom was sitting here at the table with me right now, she would go on and on about how she loves her 4 seasons. Although all winter long, she complains every day to me when we talk on the phone. So Cracks me up. I wish it was 3 seasons, fall and spring being longer with the appropriate amount of summer. I think that would be like perfect, but we don't have that. So you got fall colors. I mean, I live right here in Middle Tennessee, but just an hour drive away and 90 minutes away, let's just say. It's, you're getting into the mountains and you've got the most beautiful leaves you've ever seen. I mean, it's gorgeous. People from all over go to Gatlinburg, okay? So you got your fall colors, you got your mild winters. What about the snow? First of all, I sit and go, what, you mean the 1 inch that we get, or the holy cow, that one time a year? I lived on a houseboat for 6 years and people would be messaging me nonstop, oh no, what are you gonna do? And I have been wearing my glasses this whole time. Holy cow. That's all right, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep it going, right? Well, I was like, what are you talking about? It's 71 degrees in my houseboat. It's cold out there, it's not cold in here. So that was one thing, but we usually have about a week of snow. So what do we do during that week? You work from home. You go to the grocery store, you get food, you stock up, you watch Netflix and chill with the family, play some board games, actually turn off the phones for a little bit, you know what I mean? So I gotta say that nothing wrong with one snow a year. Now, if it snowed 2 or 3 months a year, that would be terrible. But the older I get, the more I do not like winter. I just want to say that, I'm speaking from the hip once again, it's, I think your body starts to hurt and something here. I know whenever I go to Florida and I'm there 2 or 3 weeks during, let's just say December, I feel wonderful. I'm going on my walks every day, I'm doing bicycling, I'm meeting customers, I'm on a golf cart, I'm having a great time. I don't know, there's something about it. So I'm gonna say Florida wins for winter, but let's talk about heat. Monday, I'm gonna be meeting a wonderful husband and wife retiring from Washington. Okay, so they were worried about the humidity, but they want me to show them homes in Tennessee, and then they're gonna also meet me in Florida, all right? And they asked me, Brad, how is it in Tennessee? I said, you know, July and August, a lot of people say it's hot. I think it's pretty easy going. And they're like, what about Florida? I'm like, well, if you get in the middle or southern Florida, it's pretty hot. So if you had the money, go to Maine for 6 weeks a year. But all jokes aside, I think I like hot weather. So I don't mind Tennessee at all, and I don't mind Florida. But I hear complaints all the time that July and August here in Tennessee, oh, it's so humid. So take that with a grain of salt. If you don't like hot weather, you're not gonna like Tennessee probably in July and August, and you're gonna hate Florida 5 months a year, 4.5 months a year, okay? All right, Florida, it's warm year round, very mild winter, especially if you go Orlando up, or Orlando down, I should say. But boy, those hot summers, they're humid, they are. Hurricane season, it's real. It's a real conversation that we'll have whenever we do a consultation. I would much rather have a hurricane than a tornado because you got about 10 minutes to prep for a tornado. And in Florida, you got a week to prep for a hurricane. You got family up north, good time for a little getaway, right? Or me being a big boater, I've got to prep. I gotta go take care of my boat. I got to make sure that I have it parked somewhere where the winds are probably not going to hurt it. So if you're not a boater and you can go north and go stay in a Holiday Inn for a couple days, it's probably a question you need to ask yourself. Do I want endless sunshine and I want to be able to walk all winter long down the greenway or go bicycling or a scooter or a Jeep Wrangler convertible or whatever in the winter? Florida would be the winner. But if you want your 4 seasons and you want to go to the mountains and so on and so forth. All right, of course you don't have any state tax. We already know that. That's probably why you're even watching this video, because you already knew that and you're sort of weighing out to spread your money further. Okay, that's true. Taxes are pretty good here in Tennessee. They are. If you're a single guy like myself or female out there and you like to go out to eat a lot or you like to go out for a couple beers, by the way, I told myself that that's what I would do, is be completely transparent with my audience. There's a huge tax. You buy a $5 beer or $10 worth of beer in Florida, it's 70 cents. That same tab here not only is our alcohol more here, but next thing you know, why is my tab 13 bucks? Well, we got a liquor tax. Well, man, every time I turn around, there's a different tax that I didn't even know existed. So, okay, so let's talk about personal interest. I'm gonna have to edit all this together. I'm all over the place. So, I'm an outdoors person. I love mountain biking. I even skateboard a little bit, and I know I'm getting too old for that. I get it. I'm riding my bicycle everywhere. Here in Tennessee, I'm riding my bicycle, but there's about a 3-month window. I don't do much. I go to the gym, but I like to be outdoors. So if you like the mountains and you like lakes and hiking and waterfalls and camping and river and greenways, Tennessee's awesome. Again, but there are a couple months where it isn't. And when you're in Florida, beaches, boating, fishing, paddleboarding, golf, nearly year round. I mean, honestly, it is year round. And bicycling, motorcycling, convertibling. I mean, you get to enjoy the weather. Now, what people do when it's hot is they do all their activities in the morning and at night in Florida. If you can hear my dog eating over there. Sadie, can you do it another time? Dad's over here talking, man. Go ahead. I love that dog. She's going on 12 years old. Can you believe that? I've had her since she was 5 weeks old. They let me take her like 1 week earlier than I was supposed to. Here's a funny one. I'll probably cut this out also. For the first week of her life, I thought she was a boy. She'd go out to the front yard to go potty, and she's looking at me right now, and she would lift a leg. Well, I never turned her over, and the person I got her from said it was a boy, so I took her home, right? My next door neighbor, I love him, by the way, I miss him. He said, what's the dog's name? I said, oh, his name is Sam. He said, his? I was like, yeah. He said, Brad, that's a girl. I was like, what? I turned her over. And I had to rename her. So Sam would have worked, but it was the principle of the matter. So I did a poll on social media, and everybody voted on Sadie, and it fits her. She's Sadie Bear. That's what I call her. All right, you good? You good, Sadie? All right, lay down. Love you. Okay. Now let's talk about traffic. Number 5, traffic. Whew. I mean, you got to understand, if you're anywhere near Nashville, it's terrible. All year round. At 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, you get the picture, right? If you're not near Nashville, you know, you're 40 or 50 miles away from Nashville, it's a piece of cake. I mean, honestly, there is none. It's pretty great, but if you have to commute, make sure that you figure that out ahead of time. Okay, so when we talk about Florida, we call them the snowbirds, right? So it's true, 5 months a year, 6 months a year, traffic is a nightmare. It's better to get you a little electric bicycle. Level 2, by the way, I'll maybe shoot a video about electric bicycles in the future. And ride. That's what I love to do anyways, but if you have to go 20 or 30 miles, I get it. Well, 20 miles. So think about that, because the key areas, you know, Fort Lauderdale, Naples, Sarasota, Tampa, the Villages, Daytona, Jupiter. You know, I know a lot about Florida, and here's why. It's not on that bike, but one in my garage right now. I actually have ridden my bicycle over 7 states. I should probably get some of that on video. But what I did in my Florida trip, it was 2020, so nobody was really traveling. I said, well, I'm not staying on this houseboat. I'm going to go do something fun. So I bought my electric bicycle, which is a Trek. I love Trek. And I started out at Daytona and I went all the way to Alligator Alley. I went all the way across, I went all the way down, I went all the way across again. So what that did for me though, I never knew. It taught me every single coastal town. I mean, I could tell you details just about every single town. And the running joke with my friends is, I've lived here 35 years, Tennessee. I'm in Tennessee today. And I've been going back and forth for 7 or 8 years helping customers in Florida. But that being said, I actually know more about Florida sometimes than all the little bitty towns in Tennessee, because we got hundreds of them, okay? So I just wanted to tell you a little bit of story there. So, Florida tourist traffic is a freaking nightmare. Snowbird traffic, all right? Interstates. I'll tell you something, recently I took a trip to Florida and I had to go to Fort Lauderdale area. I was doing 100 miles an hour on the interstate and people were flashing me to get over. I was in a brand new Jeep Wrangler. Like, I was pretty nervous, to be honest with you. That's scary. All right, the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area is, I don't know. I don't think people care about speed and laws. What about tornadoes and hurricanes? Tennessee has a lot of flooding. You know, everybody, if you go to a restaurant, you talk to people, they'll say, oh yeah, the May 2010 flood. Yeah, it was real. What that did is it remapped our entire state basically, because places that weren't in a flood zone are now in a flood zone. So that's just something I would do for you. When I check tax records and I check FEMA and everything, that goes for Florida as well. I'm always going to know whether we need flood insurance or whatnot. So I got about a 16-step checklist that I do for my customers to protect you. So that's one. And I'm going to try to steer you away from an older condo. And I'm going to help you make. Okay, let's talk about retirement. Tennessee's a slower pace, believe it or not, if you get away from the city. All right, you can go to Crossville, Cookville, Watertown. I'm trying to go Chattanooga, maybe a couple towns away from Chattanooga. It's beautiful out there, by the way. East Tennessee, one of my favorites. My favorite town in the whole state of Tennessee, I don't tell everybody this, is Tellico Plains. Hey, anybody from Tellico Plains that is watching? I love it because I'm a bicycle, hiking, motorcycle guy. And that's right there by the tail of the dragon. So I always stay in a little $80 cabin there, and I'll stay for about 3 days, and then I meet up with friends, and then we do off-roading also on motorcycles. So I got a dual sport, and that's my favorite town. I love it. It's gorgeous. You'll come around a corner, and there'll be somebody out there fly fishing with the sun coming up over the mountain. It's like, oh my God, this is like the river runs through it or something, right? So it is a beautiful countryside, more affordable in many retiree areas, like I said, Crossville. I was looking at land there. Go to Land to Build on TN on my Facebook group. I've got about 12,000 people on there so far. It's growing, and I've also put and FL now, so I'm helping people with land because I do specialize in land and construction. That being said, go on there if you want to look for land and you want to build. If you want to build a barndominium or a cabin or a small one-level house or anything like that, I can have a consultation with you via Zoom, and we can go over what the cost of that would be. And I've got you covered in East Tennessee and Middle Tennessee, and then I got you covered all over the state of Florida almost, and we'll go over those areas as well. Florida does have a massive 55 plus communities, and I'm really starting to get into those, like the villages, and I already have done a video on the villages. I just haven't put it online yet. I want to do better editing, and I want to add some extra stuff on there. I'm starting to make friends in that community. I may grab a house in the villages and go back and forth because I just helped my third client move into that community, so it might make sense to me. We'll see. If I do, I promise I'll take you along the way with me. But endless golf, beach lifestyle, more activities specifically designed for retirees. So I think Florida wins when it comes to that because if you're the type of person that just wants to retire in a town like Crossville where there is nothing to do, maybe a little bit of golf. A little bit of golf, 6 months a year, 7 months a year. And you don't want an active lifestyle, well, I mean, Tennessee's full of that. I mean, we've got you can go for your walks or you can go hunting and fishing and stuff like that and do that. But that does get old after a while. You kind of want some friendships created and stuff like that. That's why I think active communities are kind of fun. I don't know. I think I'd probably do an active community personally for the next 15 years, and then I would want to just be on the beach or something of that. All right, let's talk about the job market here in Tennessee. So if you're younger, and here I've spoken a lot about retiree stuff, but let's say you're younger and you're wanting to move to Tennessee. There's so many jobs. We have such a tax incentive, and so does Florida, but I think Tennessee's gonna win this category. I don't even know. I'm reading as we speak. Healthcare, automotive manufacturing, logistics, music industry, technology. Every time I turn around, I'm hearing that there is a new whatever with 2,000 new employees. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Tennessee knows how to recruit business owners to come here and save them billions of dollars in taxes, so that's why they're coming here. And it's friendly. You know what? That's not on the screen. It's friendly as heck here. You want that good old Southern hospitality? It's nice. It's really nice, especially 35 minutes every direction of Nashville. All right, because Nashville's it ain't Nashville anymore. When I moved here in the 90s in high school, Nashville was awesome. I mean, it was just a big town. Now it's this huge metropolitan city full of people from all over. And I don't ever meet anybody from Tennessee in Nashville. Like, you could go to Bar Louie, the Gulch, you could go Germantown, East Nashville, you can go everywhere, and you can say, hey, where are you from? And they're going to say, oh, California, Chicago, Michigan. Never, Tennessee, Mount Juliet, all right? No, they don't say that. It's 1 out of 100 conversations will actually say that. And it's usually with somebody that's much older. I'd be like, yeah, this city's not the same as when I was young. You're going to hear that story about 100 times. I know, I get it. Let's talk about Florida. Let's talk about Florida. If you're a nurse, the healthcare industry is booming there. Tourism, aerospace, marine industries. That's me. I'd love that. That's cool. Construction and financial services. Construction. That's me too. So it's funny that my son's getting ready to go to underwater welding school, or going to the Navy, and he's going to be in underwater welding. And that being said, that's pretty cool, because Florida, he'll probably have a ton of opportunity after he gets out, if he ever gets out. That's it. But there you go. There's some job One more thing about Florida and the job opportunities. Although the news and the internet's going to tell you that there are jobs, go on Facebook groups. You're going to see people complaining nonstop about not being able to find a job. Like, you're going to be in the service industry basically. So I don't know how true that is. Sometimes these reports that we're reading are not true. Let me give you an example. My best friend has a master's degree. He's got lots of experience, and he put in over 800 resumes. Couldn't find anything, all right? Perfect job history, great guy, 50 years old. That might be something that they don't say, but they're actually doing. But I will say that he finally got a job working for the state at half the pay. God bless him, I love scenery. Tennessee is gorgeous. I know you got beaches in Florida, but you got rolling hills, mountains, rivers, green landscaping, fall foliage. Tennessee's awesome. I got to say that when I'm in Florida for a long period of time and I come back to Tennessee and I'm like, oh, look at all the green everything. It's gorgeous. I'm looking at green, beautiful trees right now. So it's almost like moving to Arizona when you're in Florida. It's pretty when you first get there, but then it's kind of nice to get back to mountains and greenery and streams and deer running through. And so you get the picture. So that's what I think about Tennessee. Florida, palm trees, beaches, Ocean views, springs, tropical landscapes. One thing that is tough on me when people say they're moving to Orlando or they're moving to the Villages or whatever is, isn't the whole point the ocean? You know, I don't know. Maybe it's the weather also, but I'm not anti the Villages, I promise. I actually really like it. I'm just saying it's a darn 90-minute drive to the ocean, you know. You can go to Daytona. It's just okay for me. Or you can go over to Clearwater, which is absolutely gorgeous. That's about, with traffic, 2 hours, off season, 90 minutes, you know, so it's about an extra 30 minutes. So there is scenery category. I talked a little bit about Tennessee and the southern hospitality and everything, but let's talk about Florida. It's very fast paced in metro and coastal areas. Very fast paced. Like I said, the 100-mile-an-hour speed, that was blowing my mind. I can't imagine if I was 75. It's a vacation atmosphere. It's cool. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I dig that. I really do. That's kind of cool. International mix of residents, big time. I mean, a lot of Spanish speaking. Love my Spanish customers. I hope I get a ton of followers. Teach me how to speak Spanish. That would be awesome. So here's the truth. There isn't a better state. There's just a better state for you, right? If you want mountains, lower housing cost, and 4 seasons, well, of course, Tennessee's hard to beat. Even if you were thinking about the Carolinas or Alabama, Tennessee, all right? If you want sunshine, beaches, boating, and you know everything else I talked about and that kind of lifestyle, Florida might be exactly what you're looking for. When we do my consultation, typically it's only a 30-minute conversation. We'll do a Zoom call. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you like and subscribe this video, please. This is only my 5th video. When we do the consultation, I'll ask you all the magic questions, and not many real estate agents will meet you at both airports. I mean, that's something my team and I will help you with no matter what. I love going back and forth. Don't worry about it. It's just part of business. And I do have a couple awesome websites. Are you ready? Searchingforlakehomes.com and searchingforbeachhomes.com. I can't believe I got those domains, but hopefully by the end of this weekend, before this video goes live, the websites will go live, but for sure Searching for Lake Homes will go live first. So that's what I got for you on that. Anyway, okay, so conclusion. What do I like better? In a perfect world, knowing the fact that I have lived on a houseboat for 6 years here in Tennessee, in a perfect world, I think I would love to live on a beautiful sailboat in Florida and then sail it to Maine about 6 weeks a year. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm a little bit of an adventure guy, and you only live once. We're getting older, guys. That chapter in my life that was 6 years living on a houseboat, it was incredible. These motorcycle trips across America and bicycle trips across 7 states, they're not over with, by the way, so I'm gonna throw them on my YouTube channel. Even though I'm more about money and real estate on this channel, and Tennessee and Florida, but you know, I want you to see my life in both states so that way you can get a feel for it. I want you to see me go mountain biking, which is only a couple miles from here, and I want you to get a feel for everything. So in a perfect world, my son would end up moving to Florida. My daughter would end up going to University of Florida, and I'm living on a sailboat somewhere, but still owning real estate because I do believe in owning real estate. Lots of it, actually. I even got a little side business that I'm going to start in Florida. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be putting on my YouTube. I just thought I'd just keep talking, but one of those little self-serve doggy washes. I'm opening one of those up in the Villages to do a test run. So it's just extra, you know, income for when I get older. It's nice to have residual income coming in. So, you know, the video, thank you so much if you've made it this far. It means a lot. I have something super special coming in about 1 week to 10 days. I have just teamed up with a builder here in Middle Tennessee, and he builds $6, $7, $8, $9 million homes. Oh my God. And I've got 2 of them I'm going to show you. It's going to be a 2-part series because They're 10,000 square feet. I mean, I can't just get them in a 15-minute video. This is gonna be a 2-part series. It's in historic Franklin. You're not gonna wanna miss that video. Thanks for staying this long. Once again, I'm Bradley Chaubert. For all your real estate needs, reach out to me. Let's do a Zoom call. We'll have a lot of fun. Come to Nashville, we'll grab a beer. Come to Florida, we'll grab a beer. It doesn't matter. And if we're lucky, we'll get out on the sailboat. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. That was awesome.